Good afternoon, sir.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hello, Swastika, good afternoon.
Good morning, sir. Good evening, sir.
Hello, Arav, good afternoon,
Sir.
kids. Hello.
Sir, next week tournament है ना?
हो, दिलायस का तू नाव?
हा मी टाकलंय. माझ्या आईला पण खेळायचं होतं पण ती म्हणली मी नेक्स्ट टाइम खेळते रूल्स नाही.
ओके. Hello, Sanay.
Can we join to leeches?
अरे नेक्स्ट वीक टुर्नामेंट आहे ना.
Sir,
नेक्स्ट वीक मध्ये टुर्नामेंट आहेत. नाव दिलायस का तू, सनय? Are you participating?
टुर्नामेंट अरे दिलायस ना, रजिस्टर केलं.
yes.
Okay. Okay, kids.
त्यांना
Let me share.
सर ती सांगली वाली आहे ना, वी हॅवंट रजिस्टर्ड देर इज वन मोर टुर्नामेंट नियर मॅकडोनल्ड्स यंगर रोड. So we have registered for that tournament. It again is a one-day tournament.
Okay.
We have registered him for the same.
Okay, okay.
सर पण नेक्स्ट वीक टुर्नामेंट मध्ये किती मॅचेस असणार आहे टोटली?
ते डिपेंड करतं किती पार्टिसिपेंट आहे त्यावर. ओके.
लास्ट टाइम तर 4 o'clock 5 o'clock पर्यंत होतं.
5 किंवा 6 मॅचेस होतात कमीत कमी. ओके, जास्तीत जास्त 7. 5 to 6 matches will be there. Let me know if the screen is visible. Yes.
Today we are having a tournament. So the screen is visible. Sir, next
Sir, I
week.
didn't understand the London system.
Sir,
Yes, let's talk about it, kids.
sir,
Yes.
today we are having a tournament.
No, Sanay. We will understand the London system game that we discussed last time. Okay. So let me quickly walk you through this, kids. Okay. Are all of you there? Okay. Joining. Give me a minute, kids. Okay. Let all kids join.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
What is the London system game?
So basically, we learned the opening principles, kids, right? All of you know. Okay. So based on the opening principle, we play certain openings. Okay. So first we have learned about the E4 opening, right? This is the king's pawn opening. Okay. Whereas there is another option, that is we can play D4, correct? So when we play D4, there are, this is called as queen's pawn opening. Okay. And there are multiple options for black to respond back. So black can respond with D5. Okay. And then we can play bishop. Okay. And it can respond with knight. Whatever the options we are playing with D4. Yes, Arav, any question?
Yes, sir. I have a question. If we don't get a check, we can make the C2 pawn to C2 pawn to C3 or E2 pawn to E2.
Yes. So there are multiple things, kids. Okay.
So king cannot get a check.
Right. So we can respond back with multiple things, right? So when we first learned this E4 followed by E5, right? This is the king's pawn game, right? So on similar lines, the one that we studied last time, this is the queen's pawn game. Okay. So within this queen's pawn game, when we are responding with this, okay, this is the queen's pawn game Mason variation. Okay, Mason was one of the grandmaster who played this. Okay, who usually used to play with this bishop to f4 followed by, if the knight plays here, okay, you can respond back with this pawn supporting the pawn at,
Sir, excuse me, sir.
yes Sanay.
If black moves the bishop to f5,
Instead of knight,
yeah.
okay,
No, not that. Go one step back. Now one step ahead. Knight to f6.
now
Yeah. Now we can put the c2 pawn to c3.
okay,
This is a pawn pyramid.
so, but you talked about this, right? So what are you going to
Yes.
achieve with this? What is the purpose?
This is the bishop, the knight, and the bishop is control. The bishop is not allowing the queen and the knight also to come to g4.
G4 here.
Yes, no, not allow the queen.
Okay. Queen anyways is not going to come actually. Let us see, kids. Okay. Let's not divert. Okay. So we were talking about this, responding with the pawn. Okay. I'm just going through the moves that we learned last time, kids. Okay. So if you have any questions regarding that, you can ask me. Okay. Now after this, what was played, kids? This was, right, attacking on this pawn. Now we respond with this pawn. Now if you look at, we have formed a pawn pyramid. Okay. Now you can try
Yes,
capturing
so is
it.
this called the London opening?
Yes, Rishabh. So when you start with d4, okay, and it is responded with d5, okay, then you develop
Queen's
this.
pawn.
Okay, there are various variations. We will learn one by one, kids. Okay, so we are discussing one of the game based on the London system. Okay, so similar lines, there are multiple variations. We will learn step by step. Okay, so first of all, try to understand this game. Okay, and then we will talk more details. After this, you are playing pawn. He responded with c5. You are playing e3. Okay, you cannot capture this. I mean, even if you capture, doesn't matter. I will either capture with this pawn or with this pawn. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Arav.
We can use the c8 bishop to f5, so it can capture the b8 knight and the f5 black bishop can capture also b1 knight. So it will be only a 0 point for both of them.
Okay. Kids, one important point here you need to understand. Okay, when I walk you through this game, okay, you must have seen there was no exchange of the pieces for mini moves. Yes, Asta?
Excuse me, sir. I actually joined now.
Yeah, so we are discussing last time's game, which was based on the London system, Asta. So if any
Yes, sir.
any queries you can ask, okay? So far, we just
discuss today other things.
did you understood the entire game, Swastika, which we discussed last time?
Yes.
Okay, so let other kids, if they have any questions, let them clarify, and then we will move further for the same game, okay?
Okay.
So kids, this is what we played up to now. Okay. Okay.
The position is back.
What?
The position is back on my. No. Oh, yeah. Now it is visible.
Okay. So you are playing the knight to f3. Okay. Black plays knight to c6. You are bringing the knight. Now, can you see, kids? There is no exchange so far. Okay. The point that I want to make up is, instead of capturing the pieces, you need to start developing the pieces first. Okay. What we are doing here, slowly we are developing the pieces. Now, in this move, if you look at, when black offered this, we could have easily captured, right? But then even our bishop will get captured by the queen. So we do not want to make hurry, as well as we do not want him to capture at this place, because if he captures, then we will have to capture back. And one thing is, our pyramid will get broken. The pawn which will come at f4 will have no support, right? So instead of that,
It will be alone. Sir, one more thing, it will be alone.
right, when there is no support, it will be alone and anybody can capture it easily, right? So instead of that, what we did, we took the bishop back. Now you might ask me, sir, it will still get captured, right? So how does that matter? It matters.
Because even if one of the pawn captures, sir, it won't be alone, as there is also another backup for the pawn.
Correct.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Sanay.
If the bishop captures the bishop at g3, we could capture with the x2 pawn, and then on the h7, on the black h7 pawn, the rook will give a discovered attack.
Correct. If the bishop captures, we will capture with the h2 pawn, kids. Okay. So that this rook will directly attack on this pawn. Now, why to open this file? Because
then we shall bring the bishop at d3. When we will wait until the castling will be, and then we will put the bishop at d3, and then we will capture the h7 pawn.
right, after castling, the king will come here. Okay, and this pawn, you know, it will be open for attack if our file h file is open. Okay, so we can bring the bishop here, or we can bring the queen here, right? And any of this, either bishop or queen, you can directly attack from this side, as well as you will have support from this side. Are you understanding? And that is the reason this bishop, I took one step back. Okay. So kids, as I always keep on telling, whenever your opponent makes the move, you need to ask the question to yourself, why he made this move? Okay. So you understand the purpose clearly. Now, if your opponent from black side is intelligent enough, he or she will make out easily that yes, why this bishop has gone back, right? We have not changed the position. If I wanted to save my bishop, I would have gone here, right? Where there is no attack directly. But in the same diagonal, I am still there. So what message I want to give to my opponent? Okay, if you want to capture, you are welcome. But instead of capturing here, please come here and capture me.
Sir?
Because I have support from this pawn here. Okay. In that case, when I capture this, my pawn,
multiple support.
my pawn pyramid will not get disturbed. Right? My king will still be safe. Plus my H file will open and your king will be in danger after castling. Okay. So that is the message we want to give. Yes, Swastika.
Sir, what if the bishop, the black bishop come to f4 to capture the e3 pawn?
Do you really think you will make this move, Swastika?
No.
So why are you asking this question? If kids, if you are not going to play this, obviously your opponent will not, right? Do not consider your opponent as fool. Okay, they are not fool. They are equally talented the way you are. Okay, so you need to think for the proper move. Okay, obviously he will not come, and if at all he comes, he or she comes, you don't have to worry. You will directly capture with your bishop, right? Obviously you will not capture with the pawn for the same reason, because we did not wanted to break our pawn structure. Correct? If he brings this bishop here, it's a blunder, it's a mistake. So you need to take benefit of that by capturing with your bishop. There is no support to this bishop if he comes here. Here the bishop can stand because there is support from queen. However, the bishop cannot come here directly without support. Understood? Another important thing is this square is controlled by our pawn. This square is controlled by our pawn, and both these squares are controlled by our bishop as well. So there are two controls on these pawns. So even if he provides support from this side to the bishop, he cannot dare to capture these places. Okay. I hope, Swastika, that answers your question. Swastika, you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So kids, the next move which was played is obviously castling was done. Okay. Now bringing the bishop here so that we can attack on the h7 pawn. He brings the queen.
Teacher,
Yes.
teacher,
Yes.
I don't understand what happened in the game.
Where?
There was some connectivity issue. I don't understand what happened.
When did you lost your connectivity, Sanay?
It came now.
नाही तू काय मिस केलंस ते विचारतायत ते.
I missed castling and bishop to d3.
You understand this, right? Why the bishop is played?
Yes.
Okay. The castling is done. Now we did the bishop. We brought the bishop here to attack on the h7 pawn. Okay. Again, kids, this is just a setup. We are preparing for attack. We are not going to attack immediately, right? So don't think that in the next move I am going to capture. Can we capture, by the way, kids? No.
No.
No support.
There is no support.
There is no
sir. The
support,
king will
so that the-
capture.
Yes, knight will capture, sir, and it
Knight
also
is
allows
attacking.
the queen to.
Yes.
Sir, it
Knight-
also allows the queen to open up.
Correct. Knight is protecting this pawn. King is protecting this pawn. Your bishop doesn't have support, right? So these are just the preparatory move. Okay. We are preparing first. Okay. Whenever we want to attack on the enemy, first we need to prepare. Okay. And once everything is ready, okay. Once everything is ready, then only you can attack. Okay. Surgical strike. If you want, you can discuss with your parents. You can ask them what is surgical strike, why it happened, how we were prepared for it, and which time was selected for it. Do you know, kids, in the midnight at 3 o'clock, okay, when everybody is sleeping, that time attack was made on Pakistan, surgical strike. Okay. So why that time was chosen? Do you think it was random? No, obviously not. Everything was well thought, well prepared, well planned. Correct? So that is how we are doing. Now, if you ask me, sir, since last 8 moves, you are just making moves here and there. You are not capturing anything, right? Can you see? Have I captured anything? Right? So what am I doing? I am preparing. I am working on my plan. There is a plan in mind. Okay. I am preparing for it. Now you might ask me, sir, you are thinking that black will play this way only, correct? That
Excuse
question
me,
must
sir.
be in your mind, right? What if he plays different move? Correct. It will happen, right? But first understand what is the plan. Okay, then we will think about what are the various possibilities. What if he doesn't play this? What if he plays this
Sir.
instead of this? Yes, Arav?
Yes, there, if we move the queen to B1, then then when black
Okay,
plays,
Arav, hold on. We will discuss about it better, okay? First of all, understand the entire game first, okay? What is the plan, how to attack? Okay, the queen plays here. We now play knight, okay? Now you might ask me, what if he captures with this, or what if he captures with this, right? There are possibilities, okay? He will not capture with knight because with the pawn, if when we capture, there is a fork happening. Okay, he cannot capture that pawn because we have support from bishop. Okay, so what he decides to go back, bring back this knight here, so that the knight will attack here. Another knight attack is there, correct? So he thinks like that. Okay, now as soon as it comes here, now we will start our attack. Okay, I captured. Now there are two possibilities. Either he can capture with bishop or he can capture with queen. He chose to capture with bishop, so that both rooks will get connected. Plus there is already support to this bishop. He will bring this bishop here, so that after moving the knight, he can bring the.
sir, I remembered one move in this case.
Yes, Sanay?
BX6.
Sorry,
BX36.
bishop cross is d6, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Bishop will capture, queen captures, pawn captures, queen captures.
May I tell the magic move?
Don't. Hold on. Okay. Now you are sacrificing the bishop. Okay. This is a sacrifice. You can clearly see that this is a madness. In lieu of pawn, you are giving your bishop. Okay. But that's
Excuse me, sir.
that is the part of your plan, kids. Okay. You are going to sacrifice if he captures.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Arav.
I know what is your plan. The
Don't
one.
tell the plan, Arav. If you have any
Excuse
questions, you
me,
can
sir.
ask kids. Okay. Don't talk in between otherwise. Okay.
Sir, can you please repeat the last few moves?
From where, Rishabh? Here.
Yes, sir. No, one move back.
Capturing. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Knight captures knight. Bishop captures knight. Bishop captures bishop. Queen captures bishop. Pawn captures pawn. Queen captures pawn. Any questions, kids?
No, sir.
Okay. Now bishop captures pawn at h7, gives check. King captures bishop. Queen gives check from h5. King comes back and you
May I tell the move? Then,
e4.
excuse me,
e4.
sir.
Sir,
Excuse
I
me,
am
sir.
having a doubt.
Excuse, sir.
Yes. Astha, what doubt you have?
Can you go one move back? One more move back. Sir, why didn't the king move to h8?
King can move to h8, but then Do you think because of that you are going to save the king? If he plays here, okay, we will still bring the queen to h5. He will play g6 attacking on our queen, right? He will try to do that, right?
Yes, sir.
me, sir. May I tell the move?
Still, I will capture that and give the discovered attack. He has no choice but to come here. This is a checkmate. Okay.
Oh, yes, sir. Now I understood why not to move at h8.
Okay. So no, that is valid question. Okay, Asta. That is valid question. We are studying that what if he captures. Okay. So obvious question is what if he doesn't capture? But I shown you, even if he does not capture, we are going to checkmate him. Okay. The mistake that he made is, did you realize the mistake, kids? Tell me exactly where the mistake happened.
Me, ma'am.
So I think so by castling.
No, not by castling.
Sir, may I tell?
Yes,
Knight to D7.
right. He moved this knight from here to here is a mistake, kids. Because
He
knight
removed
was
the
supporting,
defender.
right?
He removed the defender.
Right. He removed the defender. Okay.
Sir,
Yes, Sanay.
is removing the defender.
Right. Okay. After this, we got the opportunity. Then we started capturing. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Arav.
Can you move a little ahead?
Yes, we are going. Okay. So after this, he captures with bishop. We capture the bishop. He captures bishop. We capture pawn. He captures pawn. And we give check by sacrificing our bishop. Okay, Arav?
Okay. Sir, I have one question.
Yeah, tell me.
I know what's the plan when he kills the
Sorry.
H7.
One second, Arav. You said you have a question. And now you are telling me the plan. Be clear what you want to say. Do you have question or you want to tell your plan?
Tell my plan.
Don't tell in that case. Wait. Any other questions, kids?
No.
No questions. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
I want to tell why did you capture the
No,
bishop?
don't tell, Rishika. Same thing which Arav was doing. Okay. I do understand, kids, that you have got the understanding of game. Okay. But why am I repeating this? For all the other kids who may have question. Okay. That is the reason. Okay. Don't mind. I respect your feelings. Okay. I know that you have understood the game clearly. I appreciate that. Okay. But at the same time, it is my duty to make sure that each one of you understands the game. Okay. That's the reason I do not want you to disclose. Okay. Now, kids, next. If the king captures, we will give check from h5 with the queen. Now, there is only one place the king can go to g8. Is there any other place, kids, where the king can go or king can
No, sir.
or black
No,
can
sir.
capture our attacker, that is h5 queen, or bring something in between? Any possibility, kids?
No.
No. Okay. That is the reason the king will come here, no other choice. And now you make this move.
Excuse me, sir. Then
Yes.
if the D5 pawn to kills the E4. Yes, I was only talking about that.
Yes. If the pawn
Excuse me, sir, I have
captures.
a question.
Yes, Rishika.
Sir, can you go back like when the pawn didn't capture? Sir, if it can move over here, what will we do if black moves its G7 pawn to G6? What will we do?
Very good question. If he moves here, I do not mind. I will go ahead and capture. If you capture, obviously you will capture my queen, right? Then I will capture your knight, I mean bishop with knight attacking on your rook. Are you with me, kids?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so still good for us, right? In the next move, I will give check from here. Okay, obviously one of your rook will come and attack on my knight. Okay, either this rook or this rook, correct? Mostly this rook, because currently I am attacking on this rook, right? So you will bring the rook here,
Counter attack, sir.
correct? I will come here and give check. Now you can come here, here, or here, anything, correct? Mostly you will try to come here so that you will capture my knight, correct? So if you come
And
here, I will again capture the pawn, give check, okay, and the game will continue. So it's good for a white, right? And nothing bad in it, right?
Yes,
Let's go
sir.
back. But you can think of these kids because you know what is the future of this game, right? But let me tell you honestly, if you are playing this game, you will not tell me to push this pawn. Okay, you will obviously take your queen back. One minute, kids. Okay, now after this, the queen plays here, so that the attack that knight was making on the queen, it will get defended, as well as he thinks that I'll not bring my knight here. Okay, but I am still doing that. I'll bring the knight here. If he captures the knight, I'll capture back the queen. Okay, and now can you see knight is bringing attack on h7. Queen is
And then it's a
h7,
checkmate.
and it will
Sir.
be a checkmate. Okay, provided black does not play something else. Okay, so what black does? Black creates the place for the king by moving here. Then we give check.
And sir, it will move to the F8, and then it will be a checkmate. Queen move to H8.
What if the sir? Can you take 2 moves back?
Yes. Let's go back. What if the what?
Sir, can take 1 move. Yeah, the rook on F8. Yeah, the queen like that. Can you take the rook to F8? F8. Yes, sir. What if the queen captures the knight then?
Good question. If the queen captures the knight, I'll capture the queen. And obviously now without queen, do you think black can win against me when I have 2 rooks and
No.
7 pawns?
Sir, but actually, black has also 2 rooks. And he has an extra bishop and a knight.
Yeah, but then do you think bishop and knight can fight against the queen?
No.
The queen has more
Obviously.
points.
But you have got the valid point. Sorry, what is your name? Swastika. Okay. So you have got the valid point that if you think in next 2 moves I am going to get checkmated, okay, is wise move to sacrifice the queen. Okay, at least you are not going to get checkmated in next 2 moves. And you never know that white may make the mistake. You may get the queen free or in lieu of the knight or something. And then there are chances that you may win the game. Okay, I'm not denying that. It all depends on how you continue the game. Okay, So probably this position, kids, we will play onwards, maybe sometime later. But for now, any questions for the game, kids? Any other questions?
No, sir.
This position we
No,
will
sir.
continue later, okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Valid,
sir.
valid question you have. Kids, what you can do as a homework, this position which Swastika talked about, right? That the queen captures the knight, and you capture back the queen. Okay. You may want to practice at home, kids, okay? As a homework. You can play with your parents. You can take black, okay? You can take black. Give your parents the queen, okay, white, and then challenge them that they should still win this game, and you should make the best of your games so that you will not allow them to win the game. Okay, take this as homework, kids. If you want, you can write down the moves, what actually happened, write that game and send it to me on WhatsApp. Okay,
Yes.
I will study that game actually, and in
Yes.
the next session we will discuss that in that case. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, any questions you have, kids, regarding
No, sir.
anything in between?
No.
No, sir.
All clear?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, kids, now let me tell you, let me go back to the position 0. Okay,
Excuse me, sir.
yes, Rishabh.
Sir, do we have to rejoin when the meeting ends?
No, we will stop
sir.
here for today. Okay, just wanted to tell you, kids, you can try this game. Okay, and based on this, you play or practice at home the way we practice for Roy Lopez. Correct? On similar lines, you can practice for d4, the queen's pawn opening. Okay, and there are possibilities that your opponent may respond back differently. Your opponent not necessarily will play d5 always. Correct? He or she may play something different. Maybe the knight comes first, the other knight comes first. But let me tell you, irrespective of whatever your opponent is playing, you still continue with your setup. Your setup is what? This d4 followed by bishop to f4. Then you push this pawn, then you push this pawn, make the pawn pyramid, take this knight here, take this knight here, take the bishop here. Okay, let me tell you, if you continue with that setup, irrespective of what your opponent is playing, okay, you will still manage to win the game. Okay, you can try that at home. Okay, I have personally did that in majority of the games. I played d4, okay, with good players, not like my students or whatever kids. Okay, even if you are playing now, you are equally good. You are part of, you already know all the principles, opening principles, middle game tactics, end game, right? So you can practice this way, play as many games as possible with d4. Okay, and in our next session we will discuss in more details. On that note, kids, we are stopping here for today. Okay, those who want to enroll for the tournament, still I will suggest please go ahead and enroll. Okay, practice well. All the best. Bye for now, kids. Bye bye.
Bye,
Sir, see you
sir.
tomorrow.
Bye, friends. Bye.
Bye, sir. Bye, sir.
Bye, sir. Bye, sir.
Bye bye.
Sir.